have to know your strength and your weaknesses. To stop focusing on your weaknesses, focus on your strength. When you focus on your strength, you'll be so good at what you do that your weakness will be inconsequential. No one can make you feel inferior without your permission. If you don't like what people are bringing your way, check how you are treating yourself. They are treating you sometimes the way you are treating yourself. Personal development is the belief that you are worth the effort. You have low self-esteem. It affects many things about you. Even when people appreciate you, you doubt their appreciation. Understand yourself. You know very well that you still have problem with alcohol. You now get a job as a waiter in a nightclub. And you are giving testimony that God has given you a miracle job after fasting and prayer. So everybody that wants to become the best version of themselves must enroll in the University of Self. Hello? Self-love is not selfishness. Hello? You have to love your neighbor as yourself. So if you don't know how to love yourself, no wonder you can't love other people. Because the way you are treating yourself is even questionable. So you need to enroll in the University of Self. And what do you do in the University of Self? You need to find out the following things. Number one, what's your passion? What's your passion? What is that thing that you are passionate about? These are the courses that you study in the University of Self. Passion 101. Number two, what's your purpose? Purpose 101. What's your purpose? Why do you exist? Why are you alive? It was Miles Morrow that made us to understand that when purpose is unknown, abuse is inevitable. So what's your purpose? So you need to go to the school of purpose to find out, why do I exist? Why was I born? Why was I created? Why did I get born again? Number three, your strengths. What are your strengths? In management, we call it the SWOT analysis. Strengths, opportunities, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOT. So what are your strengths? What are the things that you are good at? You need to identify them. And then what are your weaknesses? Because listen to me, when you know your strength, you sit down there. When you know your weaknesses, you don't go to a place where your weakness will be exposed. You know, when we were growing up, they used to tell us, work on your weaknesses, work on your weaknesses. And then many of us now ignore our strengths. We are trying to work on our weaknesses. And that's the only thing we are focusing on. And we become discouraged because it's a weakness. Then other people continue to see the weakness and will become valueless because all they see is our weakness. But there is nobody that does not have weakness. So stop focusing on your weaknesses, focus on your strengths. When you focus on your strength, you'll be so good at what you do that your weakness will be inconsequential. Not because it's inconsequential, but because it won't be a major topic. Hello? So, let me ask you a question. Is Mandela a good person or a bad person? Everybody will say, oh, Mandela, Mandela, Mandela. Why? Because all you see is his strength. All they talk about is his strength. But how many wives did he have? How many children? How many? By the time you start going to other things, do you understand? Because when you focus on strengths, everybody has weaknesses. But every time you have, let me work on my weakness, then you are focused on your weakness, you'll be discouraged. Then other people will be seeing your weakness, they will devalue you. But when you focus on your strengths, and your strength is offering value, they say, the man, he has anger problem, but he's a good man. She's very, but because your strength, then people begin to help you to pray about your weakness, and then your strength will cover, and then grace. Do you understand that now? So focus on your strengths. But if you don't know your strength and your weakness, even in management, we call it Pareto, 80-20 principle. You see, when you understand what works for you, to have a better year, focus on what works. I've practiced this for over 20 years. Every year I sit down, I look, I've done it in December already. How much did I make? Where did the money come from? So when I know that, okay, below what focus there, there's no point wasting. So don't go to things that are not working for you. If you have 6 products, you should know your best selling products. So once you know that is this one selling, why do you say no? This new year, our focus is to push this one to begin to sell. You are wasting time. trying to push the one that is not selling by force, you will now ignore the one that is selling. You will now begin to have lower turnover. That one that is selling, in fact, come up with different variants of what is selling. Do you understand what I'm saying now? You won't know it if you don't do an analysis. We are doing consulting for a company that I've pushed them. I said, look, I don't have time. We'll start in March. But when the CEO sent stuff to me about the stuff, the brief, she said, I have identified that in the last 6 years, we have been having low turnover, low profit. I've been trying to find out the reason, But when she said, I've noticed for the past 6 years, I knew that it was going to be an easy job to do. Why? There is data. So you actually have a data for you to know that 6 years has been that. That means you have data. You say, yes, okay. But by the time I say, okay, I say, how do you work? How do you charge? I said, no, the analysis is free to show you the value, so that when I charge you, you will know that we are not joking here. So I said, let me just send you a form, you fill it, and I'll do an initial analysis to let you know. By the time we finish analysis, it was very clear. Say, okay, so I'm not ready now, I'm busy. So many things, but by March, I can have time. So my boys can come and start in January. But if you want me to be involved, March, April, say, no, I'll wait. And one of the things that came out of just the analysis is the fact that in the last 6 years, she has spent more than 6 months in America every year. And you want your business to grow. So because of family, I have to be there with my children. I said, so there is no devil anywhere. It's not devil. It is your business. So the following are the things you should begin to consider towards our discussion. Number one, are you ready to let go of the business? Maybe it's time to sell it. You have done 27 years. Face your family. You are retired. You are not hungry. Must you work forever? So consider whether you are ready, because you will be an emotional attachment to the business. You don't want to sell. So number two is, are you ready to share the business, so that the people managing it will become shareholders? They will no more be staff. They will know that profit sharing. And so these are the things we'll be looking at. So start thinking, because I'm only spending 2 weeks on your case. Hello? So it is, why am I bringing all this? It's doing analysis. What's your strength? What's your weakness? Because many of you don't even know your weakness. And you are sitting down where your weakness is. And your ministry is built on your weakness. Your business is built on your weakness. Your life is built on your weakness. And you're wondering why things are the way they are. Then your temperament. Your temperament. Now, where are we now? University of Self. What's your temperament? Are you introvert, extrovert, melancholy, sanguine, phlegmatic, whatever? All those ones. You say, it's not in the Bible. No problem. Go and study it. That's sociology and psychology. Go and study all these things. Because one of the people came yesterday, I was asking a question. And when he even stood up, the way he was talking, you know that it's just, he said that, this prayer thing, that you have to be praying and be shaking, that is it that if you don't do that, God will not hear? I said, God will hear. Adeboye does not need to shake. As even the DK Olukoya of Olukoyas, he doesn't shake, he doesn't shout, he's just there. His voice is just there. Somebody shout hallelujah. Pray. Every demon of your fathers shall pray. I say, he himself doesn't make noise like the people. It's temperament. Hello? It's temperament. So you can't say because everybody shouting, you that don't have voice to shout. I say some people's noise is still low decibel. When they shout, somebody shout hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's the highest they can go. It's temperament. Understand yourself. Hello? And here Adeboye will stand behind the pulpit 4x4. Even if he move, he will stay. He can't be 4 feet by 4 feet. But if TDJs try that one, there will be trouble. Hello? Know yourself. What's your temperament? So if you know that you are a hot-tempered person, you know that you have tendency to manifest, don't, just know yourself. Say, Otiuru. It's boiling. Just, okay, excuse me. So let's continue tomorrow. Because you have gone to the school of self. Know your likes and your dislikes. These are all the law of awareness. If you are going to grow, all these things matter. What are the things you like? What are the things you don't like? You know very well that you still have problem with alcohol. You now get a job as a waiter in a nightclub. And you are giving testimony that God has given you a miracle job after fasting and prayer. It's not all doors that are open doors, because even the door to prison is open. Hello, it's not all that glitter that is gold. You that used to be a pole dancer, stand on the pole. That was what you were doing. You now got born again. They now say you are going to be a usher in nightclub. From usher, they will usher you in. So you have to know your strength and your weaknesses. Know your likes and your dislikes. So all these things are very, very important if you are going to do what? If you are going to become the best version of yourself. So become self-aware, and then you continue to grow. You must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. You must see value in yourself to add value to yourself. When you don't see value in yourself, buying a 10,000 naira book will be too expensive. It's not the book that is too expensive. It is your value of yourself that is cheap. You can't buy 10,000 naira book to grow, but you can fix 50,000 naira weave on to still remain single. See where your priority lies. You can't go for a 35,000 naira seminar to fix your career, but you can fix eyelashes and fix nails for 40,000. Are you seeing now that the problem is not that the seminar is expensive? You are cheap. You don't value yourself enough to invest in yourself. Where your money goes to shows where your priority is. You are ready to eat 6,000 naira food in a restaurant, but you are not ready to pay 2,000 naira for an online course. You are arguing. So every time you see something that you need and you consider it to be expensive, it's a revelation of how you see yourself. That you are too cheap to spend 100,000 on a course. Hello? But you want to travel and spend 500,000 on an economy ticket. Because in your mind, that is the bridge to where your real value is. And then you get there and go and wash plates or become a taxi driver. Hello? So when we are saying go do masters, go do an MBA, do your PhD, get more certification, like kidney, who book app, it's because you are not seeing value in yourself. To you, you are a nobody. Who am I to go and be spending that kind of money? And that kind of mindset will even affect you when money comes. You won't be able to eat good food because you just be thinking it's too expensive. You won't be able to live in a good house. You will think it's too expensive. Do you know that some people, the kind of money we spend in this church, to them, we should share it for them as welfare? Because they don't see the value we see in excellence and in God. All this money they are spending, don't they know people are hungry? So just share it. All the palliative we shared, has your life changed? Hello? The poor you have with you always. The solution to poverty is not welfare. The solution to poverty is what? The gospel. He said to preach the gospel to the poor, not to give food to the poor. The food is not the gospel. The gospel is empowerment. Empowerment is not food. Empowerment is knowledge to create, knowledge to make money, and that's empowerment. So when we say they are doing empowerment, you know, politicians have messed up your life with empowerment, and they share rights. They call it empowerment scheme. So they give you rights, give you gari. But that's not empowerment. That's welfare. Empowerment is to teach you how to fish so that you will not return. When you are empowered, you flow from there and empower other people. Hello? When John the Baptist sent them to ask Jesus, are you the one or should we look for another? What did Jesus Christ say? He said, go tell John, the blind see the lame walk, the dead are restored back. When he got to the poor, he said the poor has the gospel preached to them. He didn't say the poor have food. He didn't change it. He said the Spirit of Lord God is upon me. He has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. At the end, he still said the poor has the gospel. So he knows that the solution to poverty is teaching people how to create wealth. But when we are empowering people, teaching, they say, all these pastors, they don't know. They are just, no problem. Stay with poverty. I've been waiting for people to share rice for you so that they will lock your life in the warehouse. Hello? All the palliative that was given to politicians to share, didn't you see the end? Listen to me. Even a fake pastor will have shared that palliative. A fake pastor. If it's churches they give to, even a fake pastor, to deceive more people and get more members to deceive. Oh, mark me. And they are using palliative as souvenir for birthday. Shameless people. So the law of the mirror. Personal development is the belief that you are worth the effort. You are worth the time. And you are worth the energy that is needed to develop yourself. Personal development is what? Is the belief that you are worth the effort. One of our daughters sent me an email sometime last year. Young girl, doing well, first class student, working one of the top 5 banks, growing steadily in her career, and said she needs to go and do her MBA. And that she's already enrolled, and she's thinking maybe she might need to resign. I said, okay, no problem, we'll see. Before the time we'll see, she has sent me another one. That day I've resigned, I'm focusing on this thing. By the time I sat down with her, she said, you have taught us. That I just thought about it. That because all the salary, say I have over 3.something million that I have saved. Because I'm not married. I'm living in a free house. So you have taught us, so I've just saved it. So I already have the money to pay for the school. If I decide to continue to work, I may not have first class or pass very well. Let me kukuma resign, face this thing. She was talking like that. I was like, wow, it's amazing. Now, for a young girl. So when I got to my told me, I said, babe, I'm going to go. Push will get any 3.something million. I told her, I have never seen her with any money. You know, you see a very normal girl. Not all this fixing everything. You have not fixed your life, you have fixed every other thing. You won't see her carrying bag that is beyond that level. It's almost 3.something. No extravagance. Now she's sponsoring herself for MBA. By the time she now come, now maybe they will now hear she's a big girl. They say, hey, how you get money? Where you get money? They won't know that she trusts in herself and believe in herself to empower herself. Ordinary 10,000 book, 15 invaluable losses. How many of you have bought it? But even in fasting, you have eaten. No, you mean that? Look, if you come here and we are just massaging you, we are deceiving you. If we can't tell you the truth to change your life here, let's close church. Think of it. How much have you invested in your life to better your life? You are buying bag and shoe. You are buying abada. You are buying clothes. And your knowledge base is the same. Skill set the same. How can they promote you? What are you bringing to the table? Read it again. Personal development is what? The belief that you are worth it. That's the law of the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror and see yourself, the man in the mirror. You are worth the efforts. My wife did a meeting. I was telling her 25K. All this 5,000. Do 25. So they settle for 15. And she was saying, well, I said they will register. I said, you don't need crowd though. I said, my baby, you have to begin to, we don't need crowd though. I said, see, I'm a pastor. I have done so many free. And nobody's life has changed. All the free, because when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. I say, she be what the Yaomi, she would be free. But the people that paid 2 million within 2 months won't testify. Why? Also, they pay attention. What was 2 million? Oh, they can't cut off when. When people don't pay, they don't pay attention. They say, and one woman called me, what do you think? And that maybe she can pay instrumental. I said, there's nothing. If she can't pay 15,000, forget it. You don't need those kind of people. Instrumental, only 15K. This is an executive meeting. If you can't bring 15 kishi, it's not for you. Small. Somebody that cannot buy 1 million land and pay 1 million, you are saying 50,000 for 2 years. It's a recipe for disaster. I see many of these boys doing the same thing and I laugh. Because anybody that can't pay 1 million cash, that is paying 50,000 over 2 years period, is a prophecy. They can never build. It's not the cause. Because you don't build instrumentally with 50,000. It's not going to work. So by the time they now finish buying the land, you now say, survey is 300. Government does not collect instrumental. That's where the business will die. I've been there. Land I sold in 2001 is still there. It's a bush. They bought one of the survey. They can't build. Hello? That's why we're now coming up with instrumental payment for house. Okay, be paying for house small too. I said no, she should look for the money and pay cash. If she can't pay, let her not come. It's not a church service. It's not emotional sentiment. Hello? But everybody that came for that meeting, in fact, one of them was saying, you mean this is what I will have missed because of 15,000? Because of the impact. Hello? I took people to Rwanda. 52 people. Some people paid 5,000, some paid 4,000. One guy was telling me, sir, I'm bringing some of my staff. Can you give me discount? I said, no discount. I said, no discount. I know I'm the one that knows the value of what I'm going to do. It's not by force. Go on your own. By the time we finished, the guy came to my room and said, he knelt down. He said, Baba, what you have done in my life, I don't understand. He said, when you were telling me, I just respected you by anointing. Man of God, but what I have experienced, he gave me extra offering on top. I didn't know it's like this. Do you value yourself? 15 lost now, you have not bought. Even if you buy, will you read it? Because in your reduced mind, Pastor Tinkowa, do I really need to read it again? Pastor has done the job for us. I'll be there for 20 weeks. Value yourself, my people. Value yourself. You are worth the effort. Hello? Anytime you see free seminar, go. But when you see paid one, also register. Self-esteem is the single most significant key to a person's behavior. Self-esteem is what? Is the single most significant key to a person's behavior. When you have low self-esteem, it affects many things about you. Even when people appreciate you, you doubt their appreciation. Because in yourself, you are not good. You know, so when they say, oh, you are looking so good, are you sure? Are you mocking me? You even be insulting that, are you mocking me? Mocking say no, which is not Aswani that I bought this one. This one is Katangwa. Nobody asks you a question. No. Have you seen some people, when they are fighting you, they will start by advertising all their weaknesses. Listen, me, I know I'm ugly, oh. I know I'm short, oh. I know I'm not as fine as you, oh, but I get crazy, oh. You know, and you're like, you have never seen them as ugly. You have never looked at them as somebody. I know I'm short. I know I'm not tall like you. I know my hair is not long like your hair, but I get crazy. Oh. And you're like, what is this? Who did this to you? No one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Do you think somebody will look at them and say, I forget this ugly man, and you think it will matter? It doesn't matter. It's your opinion. Mouth is for talking. You are free to talk. I'm free to reject your word. I'm free to ignore you and render you redundant and inconsequential. you are giving too much attention to unserious people. There are some texts you should not reply. There are some comments you should not even answer. Just block and delete. It's a free zone. They join, you block. That's all. Block their mouth. Blocking is allowed. Block it. Every enemy of my soul be blocked. Read your Bible. Isaiah. Every tongue that rises up against the judgment, condemn. Pa, delete. Pa, delete. Pa, delete. Block, delete, block, delete, block, delete. It is your own, or you registered it by yourself and gave people access to join, and you kept them there to pollute your life, and you are hungry. Block, delete. Low self-esteem puts a ceiling on your potential. Because even when they want to lift you up, you will be recommending other people. Gosh, this thing, I don't know if I can do it, but I know a man who is very good in this area. It's low self-esteem. You will be recommending other people for your glory because you don't believe you can. Has Adam ever named animals before? No. God said name them. Over 5,000 names came out of a man because he believed God. Any opportunity that God has brought your way, he has prepared you for it. Hello? Let his grace see you through it. The value we place on ourselves determines the value that people place on us. The value we place on ourselves determines the value that people place on us. As I began to grow in ministry, even when I could afford business class, I was doing economy. Until I sat down and I said, come, business class. I'm a businessman. No. That is for business people. So I love chef for business people. So I just changed. I just decided. I just changed. And everywhere I go to minister, because I was doing economy, business class is not even the discussion. We just buy ticket, we just enter. But when I started flying business class, I knew that since I'm already flying it, I value myself to that level. So anybody that is inviting me, it became a standard. Business class for me, economic class for my PA. If you cannot afford it, let us know. We will add money to your economy money to buy the business class. But it is not an option that I will fly economy. So it's not about money. I don't need your money. I can pay by myself. But since you are the one inviting me, it's your responsibility. No man goes to you. But if you can't afford it, please do let us know so that we can send the difference. Because it's not humility. I've labored. So there are some things I don't compromise anymore. What I eat, what I wear, where I sleep. It's not the joy. I value myself. I'm in my 50s. I've worked for over 30 years. Over 30 years. So what kilo to 30 years of labor? You should now be managing as what? Hello? Are you gonna say now? Please value yourself. If people see what you wear, it determines what they will buy for you. Do you understand? If they see the kind of food you eat, it determines what they will buy for you. If they see the kind of things you drink, it determines what they will buy for you. There was a time one of our pastors brought a particular wine, they call it Chamdor. That wine, I don't know where it came from. It's one pastor that brought it. And then we were doing pastors' meeting from house to house. So we went to the bed, and that's it. They say, it's Chamdor that pastor drinks. I don't know where it came from. But because that's how the news spread, they say Chamdor. After they just, because it's the way you treat yourself. People will just conclude that that's what you want. They begin to treat you like that. Hello? So if you don't like what people are bringing your way, check how you are treating yourself. Hello? If you don't like the way, check how you are treating, because they are treating you sometimes the way you are treating yourself. And let me tell you something, because I've been there. I'm going through the process in many levels. When you are a Christian that is humble and you understand that you are a product of grace, there are many things you find difficult to do. Because you are like, no, it's just, no, don't worry. But sometimes that cannot, it might not be good. It might not be good. So no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that, because you are just trying to be simple. But sometimes, if God has honored you, you are honored. Enjoy the honor. He said you will meet 3 men going up. They will greet you. Accept the greeting. Say they will give you 2 out of 3. Collect. Don't say, I can only me take 2, all of you share 1. No, collect the honor. Hello, it's God that has honored you. God bless you.